Hi there everyone, welcome to my channel Aqualung73. This is going to be the last zodiac sign reading for this batch, and it's for Cancer. My windows are open. It's a very sunny day outside. It's been raining for a few days now and the weather was really weird. I think we had some type of monsoon, which is the seasons are changing, so the weather it's like hot and cold. Okay, it's almost like tropical weather. It's overcast, but it's still hot. So yeah, it gets like that. Okay, so you don't know whether you should wear summer clothes or winter clothes. So it's in between weather. And Luna's also lying on my bed. She might just jump up and start barking and making a noise, or her stomach might start growling, okay, or something like that. So don't mind her. Anyway, Cancer, the download that I got for you was, I've been sitting with this download for a few days now. I don't know, Cancer, it's almost like you find yourself, the word new territory, new territory, or new terrain, okay, however you want to put that, new territory or new terrain. So you find yourself in new territory or new terrain. Okay, let me just adjust my chair quickly. Sorry about that. Okay, and okay, I'm going to use this stick. You find yourself in new territory. And you basically, it's almost like somebody that steps into a new job. You're a rookie. Okay, like somebody that's freshly graduated from police academy and now you're a rookie. And or you're going to college or university for the first time and you're a freshman, or your first job. I don't know what they call it when you have a first job, also rookie. Okay, so you're in new terrain and it's unfamiliar to you and you're nervous, but you're also very hard on yourself. It's almost like you expect yourself to be perfect in something, or somebody is, or the people around you have this type of expectation from you in this environment that you find yourself in. And I think this is just adding more pressure on you, Cancer, because it's like these people have this type of expectation from you. Okay. And the first thing that popped up into my head when I had this download, I actually got angry when I got this download, because it makes me think of, we all were kids. We were all kids, all of us. All of us were kids. Okay. There's not a single individual that came into this world as an adult. We were born, we grew up, we were toddlers. Okay. And what we as grown-ups tend to forget is, when we become parents, is that we were also kids. And you have this, maybe some parents are like this. Okay, not all parents. They have this expectation of the teenagers, of the adult children, of to be a certain way or act a certain way, because they had these experiences. And now maybe, say for instance, you're a parent. I'm going to make an example as a parent. Okay. Okay, well, this is the best example that I can think of. Your parent, you have these expectations of your child to be or act in a certain way. Maybe you are, what do you call that, helicopter parent? What do you call that? I don't know what those things are. Okay? These are terminologies that, I mean, I raised my kids on Family Matters, on Dr. Phil, okay. A lot of his concepts I applied in how I raised my kids, because I read most of his books back then when my kids were toddlers, okay. So, the Metal King is, first, is your discipline, armor, and boundaries. I think this is what the universe wants you to because I feel that you're in a surrounding, or you're surrounded by very criticizing people, like a lot of criticism. This is what I pick up. You find yourself in an energy or in a situation where you may be surrounded by people who know more than you, they're in an industry longer than you, and they have these expectations of you that you should be on their level. And the universe is here today telling me to tell you, Cancer, that you don't need to bow to these people's expectations. You don't need to live up to the expectations. You need to do what's good for you. You need to do what feels good in your soul, in your body. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. If it comes to experience where you feel that you constantly have to explain yourself, you need to stop doing that too. Because you're basically overexerting yourself, because it's almost like you're trying to prove yourself to these individuals, okay, that you are capable of doing something, and they're pushing you. And I think the reason why they're pushing you is not because they see potential in you, okay. I think they're pushing your boundaries is because either these people are jealous, or they have unrealistic expectations of you. I don't know exactly what this is that you're experiencing, but okay, like I said, with a parenting example that I want to use. Okay, we tend to forget that we were also kids, and now you're in this, you have a teenager basically, and okay, your teenager's basically having similar experiences that you had in a specific age bracket, maybe from 14 to 16 or 18. Maybe if it's a boy, his voice breaks and he starts to develop his manly parts, and with a girl the same, okay. And now you have to like teach your child certain things, and it basically scares you as a parent. I understand that it scares you because you don't want your child to have the same experiences that you had. You don't want your child to go through the same experiences. But I don't think this is a parent being scared. I think this is an overbearing. But this is not a parent-child scenario that I pick up. This is almost like somebody going into a job or starting as a rookie, and these people are heavily criticizing of this individual. And this person is trying very hard to live up to these people's expectations, and the universe is asking you to stop doing that, to build this discipline and armor and boundaries around you with this metal king. Because it's almost like these individuals, it's like they have these expectations of you as if you don't have the right to make mistakes. It's like they're reasoning, Cancer, this is what I pick up. It's like these people are reasoning, okay, you have to do the things the way we want you to do it. You have to say what we say. You have to do what we do and how we do it. And this is the way things were always done. Okay? And they're basically expecting you to be like them, expecting you to do things like them, because this was how things were always done. And it's like there's no individuality here. There's no... It's almost like they don't understand where you're coming from. I don't know what this is, okay? I feel whoever these people are, they're very hostile. These individuals are very hostile. Very hostile individuals. The energy that I pick up. Aggressive, abrasive. This is the type of energy that I pick up. Very abrasive and aggressive energy. I don't know who this is, okay? This is your second card. We're going to do a 6-card spread. You have to understand, Cancer, you have the right to make mistakes. Okay, I understand that sometimes people want to prevent things, but the thing is this, all of us, if we start something new, we're entitled to make our mistakes, especially if you're in a new thing. Okay, I can remember when I started in when I started working. Okay, in I think it was my I think it was my second job that I was in. I can't remember. I think I did some accounting. I also did accounting work and stuff like that. Okay, so I can't even remember. I made a mistake or something because the numbers didn't add up at the end of the day. And this woman was very, very rude to me. This person, my manager. And she started threatening me that they were going to deduct the money from my salary and stuff like that. Okay. And I was checking and rechecking, and okay, I was like in a very panic state. I couldn't even sleep at night. But eventually, she was the one that made the mistake, not me. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, it's like these people have this expectation that you don't have a right to make mistakes. If you do a thing the way they do it, you won't make mistakes, which is okay. But at the end of the day, your mistakes are what you learn from. Okay, you have to go through these things, and you are entitled to make these mistakes, and you are entitled to make your own choices and not live up to other people's expectations. And if they feel the need to force themselves or their way, this is not the type of people that you would want to surround yourself with anyway. Because there's this quote that I found online. I think I'm going to share it when I do this, when I load this reading. I'm going to post that quote where it says, if something is for you, Cancer, it won't feel forced. Okay, if something is for you, it won't feel obligated, it won't feel forced, there will be no resistance, there will be no trauma, it will be peaceful, it will be calm, it will be like going home. Okay, do you understand? Going home to the people that you love, that care about you. You're going to feel safe, you're going to feel secure. But if you do not feel that, Cancer, it's not for you. If you feel that there are energies that are noisy, you need to remove yourself from this. Okay, so your first card is this Page of Cups. This is you. You in this energy right now, Cancer. Sorry, that's Luna. Anyway, you in this energy, Cancer, the Page of Cups energy. It's an energy of someone that's, you're very sensitive. This is what I pick up. It's like you in this energy, vulnerable is the correct word. You're very vulnerable. You're in a vulnerable state here with this Page of Cups. It's like you're trying very hard to do what's right. You're trying very hard to, I wouldn't say people please. It's more like somebody trying, it's like this quote. I don't know why this quote is coming up, and I don't even think this is what it means. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. I don't know why this would come up, but I don't know exactly what it means and why it would come up. But there is this interpretation that I have, that sometimes we do good. Okay, this is what it could, one meaning could be, you do good things, but sometimes these good things tend to blow up in your face. Or sometimes good intentions towards, I don't know how to express this. I don't know how to express this energy that you're in. Well, I already expressed this energy that you're in, but you you're resisting something, Cancer. And I don't know what this is that you're resisting. I don't know if you're resisting what these people are trying. I don't know if these people are trying to help you or trying to teach you something, but you're resisting something. This is what I pick up. But in the same breath, you feel pressured by these individuals. It's like they want to force you. It's like, it feels like an energy of someone being forced. Okay, I'm sorry about the noises. It's Luna's tummy making a noise. It's about, these people are basically trying to force their way, or the agenda for that matter. And this is what the energy that it leaves you in. It's like you in this Nine of Wands energy. You're a very persistent a very persistent individual, hardworking, courageous, resilient. Okay, but in the same breath, this thing leaves you on the edge. It leaves you defensive. Sometimes you're hesitant. Okay, and it also leaves you with certain type of uncertainty. Sorry about the noise. There's people outside. It leaves you with uncertainty. Somebody busy with their car outside. There's a guy here over across the street. He's a mechanic, and sometimes they make noise with their car. As you can hear. It's like you. It's like these people. It comes across if you want to martyr yourself. You've become a martyr to these people with this card. I don't know if you, I don't know if you're self-sacrificing here in the situation where you like bend over backwards. This is basically what I pick up, like somebody trying to bend over backwards to please someone. Or this is what they want you to do. Okay? And this is not an energy that makes you feel comfortable. And if it doesn't make you comfortable, like I said, these boundaries that you need to create. This is your third card. This thing that you're busy with. Say, for instance, you're in a job. You're doing something that you love. You've always loved being a nurse, a teacher, or whatever. But then you start to not like what you do after a while. And you start to question, but I love doing this. Why don't I feel so lethargic when I have to go to school and teach the kids, or do my work as a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, or a nurse? Okay, there are underlying issues. It's not the job itself that's the problem, Cancer. It's not the job itself, it's the people that you work with, because it leaves you in this energy. And now you start to think it's the job. It's not the job. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. You love what you do. It's the people that are surrounding you. that are wanting you to conform to something or do things the way they do it. Like I said, I distinctly get the feeling this is a new environment. You could be someone new in some type of industry. Maybe you just started in the music industry, or an artist of some kind. You could paint, you could make jewel, anything. Okay? And these people are full of judgment because they have been at this for a while, and they're basically judging you, and they're trying to steer you, but the way they are doing this is in a forceful way, and it makes you resistant because the way of doing things isn't correct. Like I said, it's like a parent trying to force a child to do something. You're going to create resistance in that child. If you try to force a child to do things, the opposite is going to happen. You're going to get a rebellious, rude child that's going to be defiant. Okay? You have to learn how to navigate your child's moods, how to allow certain things and not allow certain things. Like I say always to people, and something that I've used, your child is allowed to have all the feelings, even anger. They're allowed to have it. Everybody's allowed to have these feelings. What's not allowed is disrespect. And if your anger is starting to disrespect, then you need to start doing something about this, whether it's you yourself or someone else. You have every right to feel anger, frustration, but as soon as your anger and frustration and you take it out on someone else, then, oh no, then you have to do something about it. Okay? And I distinctly get the feeling this is the energy that you're in. You're experiencing this. Okay? She's getting up now. Stretching. I have to open the door now. I will see if she can open it herself. Just hold on. I want to open the door for her quickly. She's still deciding whether she wants to leave the room or not. She's standing by the door. Okay, there she's going now. I just want to push the door close. Okay, sorry about that, Cancer. Sorry, Cancer, about my Luna. It's like having a dog. Having a dog is like having a child, a toddler. You have to have a lot of patience. Anyway, your fourth card. Oh my God, this is awesome. The thing is this is you. This is how you carry yourself. You're young, okay? You're still inexperienced. But this Knight of Pentacles is not a page. It's a higher ranking than a page, okay? So which tells me you are sound, you are hardworking, you are resilient, you are willing to put your money where your mouth is. The people that you're surrounded with are seeing this in you, your potential, because the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving, methodical energy that puts the money where their mouth is. In other words, they like grind, okay? They don't talk a lot, they just work. And they're very quiet about what they do. So there's in this energy of building, okay? But in a very methodical and disciplined way. This is what the Knight of Pentacles is. So you're this energy, Cancer. These people, they know this, okay? So it's almost like a person that is an athlete. You, maybe one day you take part in, okay, my God, I don't know what I'm thinking of this. When I was in high school, okay, I didn't participate in sports, okay? But I had friends who were athletes and stuff like that. And I was a cheerleader in high school, and okay, that was for athletics. Okay, and it was probably grade 11 and 12, only those 2 years, or only grade 12 or 11, I can't remember, but anyway. And we were the cheerleaders at mostly at athletic, what do you call it, athletic gatherings. Okay, and we were always a group of friends, and one of these friends, he was a long distance athlete. He used to be very good. And back then, okay, I'm like totally digressing, but I'm getting to the point. He was participating in, back then during apartheid, we as mixed race people, we had separate sports associations and stuff like that. Okay, so while the white people, if the people got colors, they got proteas, or they call it the proteas, or springbok. Okay, that's the type of colors you would get. But for the colors, you either got a Western Province colors, because our we just competed among each other, the black people and the mixed race people, not with the white people. Okay, so we had our own organizations like SASA, and that was South African Sports. I can't really remember what SASA stands. Is it SASA? I can't even remember. No, it's not SASA. SASA, something else. I can't even remember it. Okay, so one of my friends, he got like Western Province colors, and then he started to go to other provinces, okay, to compete with other people in other provinces. So usually what happens when an athlete shows potential, he was a long distance athlete, he started to compete in other provinces, not only in the Western Province, like in your country, if you're in the USA, other states. Okay, he started to compete with other states and other schools, and then you would get these national colors. Okay, so usually they had these scouts, and these scouts would come, and these scouts would see, okay, you're a good long distance athlete, or you can run the 100 meters, and they would recruit people, okay, for if they saw you had some type of potential. So this is exactly what these people are seeing in you. They see your potential. You could be in a situation where people want to recruit you because they see your potential, but they want to force their way of doing things, and they want you to conform to their way of doing things, and you have your own way of doing things. Okay, and it's like they want you to feel and believe that your way is wrong, and they're not willing to assist you in the way how you want to do things, because they don't trust that your way of doing things is necessarily the best way. Something to that effect. Okay, this is what I pick up. But this is you. So how could it be wrong? It could never be wrong if you Knight of Eight Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles knows they have to put their money where their mouth is. They work hard, they get up every day, they do what they need to do. It's not your smarts that's only going to make you win. It's your emotional intelligence and your persistence and your hard work and your willingness not to give up. Okay? Maybe these people don't need to be around you. Like I said, I had this quote that I'm going to say. If something is for you, you don't have to bend over backwards or diminish yourself or belittle yourself to fit in or be accepted. If this is the case, then you maybe need to leave. This is also you, the High Priestess. They are trying to prevent you from stepping into your higher purpose. Okay, this is your energy, the High Priestess. So I'm just drinking water. The High Priestess represents the unconscious mind. it's like these individuals are trying to deliberately, some of them are trying to deliberately undermine your thoughts, how you feel about yourself, how you think. Okay? It's like they want to basically poison your subconscious. This is what I pick up. They don't want you to believe in yourself, basically, because they don't believe in your vision the way you do. And they basically want to instill fear in you by placing doubts in your unconscious mind, making you doubt yourself, your sanity maybe, your, I don't know what this is. Okay, last card. This is your last card. This is the World card. Wow. You realize what the World card is, Cancer. It's a Major Arcana card. Okay. It's also the last card in the Major Arcana. The last card. Which means it's a cycle. A cycle that's going to end and needs to end. It's represented by Saturn, which is structure. Okay. Your structure, you're building on the structure. And as soon as you step into this energy of the High Priestess, there's something that's going to be completed. It's like a passage. A divine passage. I don't know why. Divine passage is coming to mind. It's like you, as soon as you step into this High Priestess energy, it's like there's some type of liberation that's going to occur. Freedom, liberation from something, okay? Maybe there's something inside yourself. It could be even friends, okay? They place doubts in you and they know exactly what your weak points are. And they're basically playing on these weak points in order for you to make you doubt yourself. It could be anyone and it could be anything. So you have to take the energies however it resonates. Okay, I don't like these energies that are doing this to you, Cancer. You continue with what you're doing and you have faith in what you're doing. Yeah, what is this? The Lady of the Mirror, reflection and non-judgment. These people want you to be judgmental of yourself. Okay, they basically want you to doubt yourself. This is what I pick up with this card. And you need to constantly remind yourself every day the self-talk that you give yourself. Make sure it's good self-talk, Cancer, because these people, they already negative. And it might not even be that obvious, but negativity can come in any form. It could be just someone criticizing you, someone not agreeing with you on how you see things. It could be in any shape or form. But anyway, it comes across as if these people want you to conform. It could be you like, you know what's coming to mind? You know that program Shark Tank? Okay, I think it's Shark Tank, right? It's basically a group of business people and they sit there, okay? And they're very intimidating, and now these people come and they pitch the ideas or maybe something that they've made or innovation that they've created, and now these people have to decide whether they want to fund it or not. Okay, this is like a Shark Tank thing. But these people want you to conform, and they basically want you to sell out on something because they don't believe in the model or your design or whatever this is that or your idea, or they don't believe in it. They may say to me, man, it's a stupid idea, it's not going to work. This is what they want you to believe, Cancer. But the universe is asking you to not listen to them, to listen to yourself, because you're the High Priestess, you're the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to draw a last card from this deck. What last inspiring message do you have for my Cancer collective for this reading, please and thank you. Oh my God. Okay, there you have it. 0 fucks given. There it says. Okay, so continue. Anyway, I love you guys. Please take care. Okay, bye.